Viz, if you had to pick one right now, who's your pony in this horse race?
It's got to be New Horizons, bro. I mean, I'm feeling it right now. I think they won against a slightly better team than RBG did, so I'm going to have to give it to Horizons. But who really knows at the end of the day, right? Both the teams are 1-3. Should be really even. Excited to get into it.
It's Gag who's going to kick things off right away. Landed on the backside, will now rope themselves back around. They're beaten by Deluxe Drew, who will slot one on target. And a quick goal here for RBG Claw.
I mean, it's just a great play right here off a kickoff. Landon taking that wide angle, trying to get the power down the field. He gets punished for it as Drew comes flying in and is able to get that one around him. A quick start to the game for RGB Claw. We're going to see what they can continue this off another one kickoff. The possession not going in the favor of New Horizons. They're just going to have to bail this one out. No boost for Racing right now as he tries to get back to this. We're going to see Claw with another early possession.
It's whirled off the back wall. Who will tip this one out? Gag will collect. They'll pass it in front of the net off the box. It's going to be Curito on the shot. Rayson will be there for the save. And then on back wall, looking to beat it through. Deluxe Drew is able to get just enough of a 50. Gag, however, will put another one on target. And RBG Claw with their second goal in less than 30 seconds.
They are starting it out hot right here. Is Gag just with a phenomenal shot. Racing in danger of a bump. Can't really move forward or backwards. So he just has to stay planted on that back post. And the shot is in a good enough position to get them the goal. Definitely love to see RGB coming out hot. Like you mentioned, the one team they beat is winless, but they are looking like a completely different breed tonight, as this might be a counterattack opportunity, but Racing is able to get that one away.
You know, last time I was on the panel for the IGL Invitational in this circuit, I got to see RBG Claw playing as well. And in that series, they got swept, but they looked good doing it. And it sounds really weird and kind of counterintuitive to say something like that, but they looked like a talented team that was just very much outmatched on that particular day. So far in this one, they don't look outmatched at all. They look very confident in what they are doing, especially when Carito can hit air dribbles off the sidewall like that. It is saved by a land and it will remain 2-0.
They're doing a great job of just locking this ball into the New Horizons half right now. Just the amount of pressure that they have built. As soon as they say that a shot comes on net from New Horizons is going to be slightly wide. It was a good opportunity as the net was free. And Gag is just going to kick this one down the field. Carito there going to go for the slow play. And Deluxe Drew is going to have a shot here. Has an opportunity to slot it back post. And it happens once again. RBG Claw coming out 3-0. Only a minute 30 in right now.
Oh, look at this one from Deluxe Drew, and we are gonna probably you probably might have noticed something on the stream there. We'll probably have a server remake after this game is over, but at 3-0 we're just gonna have to let it run itself out with where we are currently at. Deluxe Drew will put it into the corner. Racing will be there to try to help out. So is World. It's Deluxe Drew to bring it out of their own half. Finally cut off a little bit. The pace of play just slowing down just a tiny bit here, Viz. And I think that is probably something that New Horizons is looking for at this point, because the pace, when they're allowing RBG Claw to dictate the pace, they have had a very difficult time keeping up.
Well, it's only been 2 minutes in, so you say that, but I got to worry about having 3 goals. When you slow that pace down, you start playing that real possession-heavy game in front. You really have to work ways to break down the defense, and we haven't really seen those midfield passes or anything coming out from New Horizons yet that would make a shot really feel dangerous, minus the one that was slightly off target. So if they're going to slow the pace down, they have to get precise passes and start getting their teammates involved if they want to claw their way back into this game, no pun intended.
Yeah, they have to be possessions with intent, right? It can't just be let's hold on to possession as long as we can and eventually they'll break. It has to be, no, we need to, kind of like a basketball team, right? You're not just going down the court and throwing everything at the net and hoping that it works. You got to set up a play. Like we're playing in like 6th grade right now. You're running down the court yelling blue, blue, blue. Like that's exactly what they need to look for right now so they can get anything going and make sure that they can start to chew into this 3-goal deficit.
Yeah, maybe a few Omahas in there as well, but as of right now, it's not looking pretty, but there's a great shot from New Horizons. They send the farm basically at this. Double commit on the ball, does not matter, and saw they had an opportunity in front, and it's going to be Landon getting that one through with Racing literally on the tailpipe in support.
Yeah, you got to capitalize on those opportunities when you get them. One opportunity right there leads to 1 goal. Still 2 minutes to go. Plenty of time to score. World will settle this one down. They'll shoot it inside post, and Gag is going to make a phenomenal save. That was the best possible placement that they could have had on that shot, but Gag's defense just too good.
Yep, and maybe a little bit more sauce could have been on that shot, but you're right, Trippin. It was darn near perfect, and it was a great save coming out from Geg. But the backboard defense not there. Deluxe Drew, smartly patient as the third in rotation, able to get that one away. And through another defender, looking at a 2v1 potentially right now, as Drew's going to take to the skies, look for a second touch, and receives it as Landon gets a great dunk, sending that over to the side. And I kind of like what I'm seeing out of New Horizons right now. They're being a little bit more patient. They definitely look a lot more comfortable on the pitch than they did in the first minute and 30 seconds. But at this point, Trippin, you have to ask, is it too little too late?
I mean, comfort is definitely the word that I would have used as well. And there's a great passing play to leak out, but the pace is just a little bit too slow. And Racing will get the 50. It's landed in World. The cons are there. World will be the one to make the initial turn win. Then will play this one. Looking off the backboard. It's a great passing play from RBG Claw. They score their 4th goal.
Yeah, you don't even need any breakdown for this. This is just a phenomenal play by Carito, using that ceiling to get the flip and play it over the lone defender. And Deluxe Drew is going to slot that every single time, Trippin. There's no doubt about that. Already 3 goals, getting himself a hat trick. With still a minute to go, he can pour on some more.
You know, I wouldn't at all be surprised to see a 5th, 6th, or even 7th goal with only 45 seconds left to go, because that's just how RBG Claw has been playing this game up to this point. It's Gego throw one off the backboard. Deluxe Drew will make the turn. That one is off the backboard as well. And right now, the backboard has actually been a pretty solid defender at the moment. And Racing a pretty solid defender themselves. Look at a dunk, and Landon will come in with the security on the goal line.
It's a great job of just taking advantage of a counterattack. RGB Claw getting a little too confident in their offensive abilities, get overextended. All New Horizons has to do is beat one, and they're able to accomplish that with Landon getting the goal secure off the phenomenal dunk by Racing. I mean, hey, 30 seconds left. We saw 2 goals in 30. We could see it again, Trippin.
You know, I wouldn't... Again, that's also not super surprising, especially if Landon will get up and make the touch, and the post will save the day. Carito will get one to clear it out. Could have been the momentum that New Horizons was looking for. Instead, it is just going to be some solid defense and some time wasting from RBG Claw. They'll let this one go. Maybe a getaway goal in garbage time, if you will, for one of these two teams. No, it's RBG Claw that will take the big victory here, 4-2. And honestly, Viz, I think that the score of this game was a little bit closer than the actual game was.
Yeah, it was, because like Claw really came out and dominated, right? Like RBG looked super solid in the first 2 minutes of that game, pouring on the goals, pouring on the shots. And then New Horizons started getting a little bit more comfortable, started matching speed a little bit, started playing their game. And I had to go off and say something about I wouldn't be surprised if 2 goals happened. And of course, the post has to happen, of course.
Right,
that's just,
of course it does.
So blame me for that, New Horizons. If you're a New Horizons fan out there, that is totally my fault, my bad. We're going to see what they can bring back in game 2. I really wouldn't be worried about if I was a New Horizons fan right now, though. They look like they settled in. It's going to be a game number 2. We're starting at zeros. They don't have to come back and claw back from that deficit. I think they might take this game, too.
Yeah, and there was some talk in the game chat as well about, you know, maybe some server difficulties, maybe a little bit of additional lag. That can play in as well, and not just in your actual gameplay, but just in your mentality, right? If you're not confident in the equipment that you've got going, whether it's because you're afraid your computer's going to crash, or you've got stick drift, or the server's laggy, that can really play into how you approach the game as well. Maybe that affected New Horizons a little bit in that game. I guess we won't know until game number 2 kicks off here in the IGL Summer Circuit Invitational. I do like it, though. I mean, I definitely could see New Horizons coming back and winning this game number 2. Really, I think that one got out of hand a little bit too quickly, and it's really difficult when you're chasing 3 or 4 goals.
Especially at this level, Trippin. I mean, earlier levels, you know, a couple mistakes happened, a couple backflips. These teams were invited for a reason. That's not going to be happening as the ball is played out into the orange corner. To start us off, I'm sorry, I forgot that these teams aren't actually showing orange and blue like I see on my screen, as Racing does a good job getting this one over to the side. So Deluxe Drew going to get dunked out, but Geg is there immediately. Deluxe Drew actually does a really good job here of securing his own boost, trying to allow the fact and not allow them to get locked into their own half, but that's free.
Oh boy, that is a rough mistake right there. Garito ends up hitting that one back towards their own net, and then Deluxe Drew has to try and make a read on the mistouch from Carito, and mistake 1 leads to mistake 2, leads to a relatively free goal for New Horizons. They will absolutely take this 1-0 lead after what happened in game 1.
And it's one of those things too where we get to see them play with a lead now instead of a massive deficit. So how does their gameplay change when they're in the lead? They're obviously started feeling comfortable in that last minute. This is actually a great midfield pass as well. It's going to be cut off well by Drew, as Rayson ironically has to race back on defense as they are the last in rotation. Going to do a good job of stalling out time for his teammates to get back in time as Landon catches this one, passes it back to Wild. This was just going to be over the top. And World's going to get that one in. It's a rocket from midfield, and I don't think anybody expected that to go in. The smoke bomb might have helped here as well.
I mean, this looks like phenomenal communication as well, where, you know, the pass gets out to midfield, just settle the ball down. Maybe it wasn't the touch that they initially wanted, but clearly this team has the communication to adjust on the fly, calling that one off and ensuring that they can get a goal. An absolutely missile from midfield, and World will continue that pressure for New Horizons. Carrito, however, will get this one cleared out, and we're kind of seeing a mirror, if you will, between games 1 and 2. Landon looking for World, looking for the backboard. It's going to go off the crossbar as well, and the net keeps that one from becoming a third goal.
Carrito does a great job of getting a flip there just to put some extra pressure on the D, and Geg is going to be there for his shot. It is slotted towards the near post. Great job by Geg to be able to take advantage, not be afraid, knowing that they're chasing 2 goals, push up as that third in rotation to get that one through.
It's a great dunk by Deluxe Drew to start off that play as well, just to give Geg even the opportunity to have slotted that one backside. And now they are back within 1, and these two teams really just trading haymakers here in game number 2 up to this point. It's World on the back wall, 0 boost, no real attempt there. Carrito will leak it out towards midfield. It's Landon versus Geg. It's Landon who wins it. The backboard that passes it. Deluxe Drew, no touch. World is going to get dunked by Carrito on the immediate shot. Here comes Landon to help out, and a massive pinch out of the corner will go cross country.
Yeah, there was a little sauce on that one, Trip, and I was not expecting that pitch to go around the world in 80 days, but it happened to, as Landon has to make a quick save on the rotation back. Good demo as well, but can't get Carrito, but going to lose out the challenge to World just due to that bump and being in the way, as Geg going to kick this out to midfield. Nobody there racing, playing this off the corner, looking for the second touch, gets it around. It's going to go to the corner once again, and Geg is going to do a good job of getting this one downfield. Does Drew have the read? They do. Going to be slightly off target. Landon getting dunked. This one's so dangerous in front. Landon doesn't have the read. The bounce shot always is good. Turbo Pulsa. I'm seeing shades of his play there. It doesn't have to be powerful. It just has to be as awkward as possible.
You know, I'm speaking of things that are awkward, the defense there from New Horizons, they looked awkward as soon as RBG Claw picked up anything that even resembled an offensive possession. I saw 3 players flat on the ground inside of the net, confused, facing all kinds of different and not even necessarily correct directions, leading to that second goal as we hit halftime. We are back to an even game between the two. RBG Claw, we hate to make this pun, and by hate I mean love it, have clawed their way back into this game.
You're gonna break me, Trippin'. That's a great usage of the pun, man. You're close, but you're not there yet. Is Deluxe gonna kick this one all the way downfield once again. Nice backside demo to free up some space here as well on Geg. Unfortunately, Landon gets bumped off that ball, but Racing gonna do a good job piling this one downfield. It's actually a misread on the backboard. A huge dunk in front by Landon. Who's gonna win the race? Who else but World? New Horizons goes up 3-2.
World has got all 3 of the goals so far for this team, and as you mentioned, Viz, the race between Deluxe Drew and World to get there, both of them trying to play it, and it's gonna be World winning the touch, getting their team into the lead right now in this game as New Horizons trying to even this series up at 1 apiece, but still 2 minutes left to go, Viz. At this point, it's kind of feeling like this is the game that just never ends. I feel like we've been in this particular game 2 for about 45 minutes. We still have at least 20 to go.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, right? It's like, it's feeling like hockey, honestly, with periods. You know, you got 20-minute periods that we're running out right now because these teams are just back and forth. They're providing a lot of action. We're seeing a lot of good plays on both sides, and it just makes the game feel long. I'm getting into it as well as Carrito, getting into that ball in the midfield, able to at least get it away. The dunk attempt coming out, going to leave one back. It's going to be Drew has to win the race to the ball, and they do, but this goes towards the midfield. Unfortunately, Racing jumps early, and Gek's going to kick this one all the way down. Good pinch out by Deluxe Drew. A miss on the front, but Drew going to play it away from his his teammate. No, Deluxe, you had the opportunity right there in front, and you accidentally threw it away.
That is just a tough read no matter where you are. Even if the communications are absolutely picture perfect, making that read at the right time is very, very difficult. Geg will settle this one down. They'll get the pinch back in front of the net. Racing will kick it out. Carito will come in to back up. It'll be up there to Drew. The race to the ball. Going to be won by Landon. Carito waiting on the wall. They'll pass in front of the net yet again. Racing, no touch. Geg, an opportunity. A slow bouncer. Landon will get back in time. They'll make the clutch save. Here's another opportunity for Drew. They go to near post. Racing's there for the save. World pushing up out of the net as this ball gets pinched at midfield. We hit the 30 seconds left to go. Geg looking for a read up the side wall. Redirect. The only one there to receive is Landon. They beat everybody. Can they get this open nets and go down? No! It'll go off the apron. It's dunked in front, but it's possession for RBG Claw with 15 to go.
Oh, the miss, but it's a fake. Landon's just gonna pile that one downfield. It's a great job of the communication again that you've already highlighted, Trippin. New Horizons has been on point, but this is a huge opportunity for the dunk. It's in front. World can't get it. It's a game. Carito finds the goal.
Oh, this is all Deluxe Drew. I know that they're not the one that scored the goal, but they did 99.98% of the work on that play. A great read by their teammate as well to get in front of the net and to make sure they can secure that goal with 4 seconds left to go. The ensuing kickoff is won by Gag, but it's Raisin who will read it off the side wall. Big cross to Landon, up in the air. Redirect on target. Bar saved by Carito. Clear by Gag. Raisin will not get there in time. We'll have overtime in game 2.
Oh my, the back and forth, the haymakers being thrown by both these teams, the ability to claw back for RBG Claw, and the clutch moments of the game has been huge so far, but now it comes down to golden goal territory with people getting removed on the pitch. Can they hold strong on defense with this pressure mounting? It's going to be Landon winning a 50 in the midfield. World going to play it off to the side. Pretty sure that's not the touch they were looking for, but they did secure the boost. Racing with the pre-flip, going to get this on the backboard, but it's not going to be dangerous. Nobody can get close to this one as Deluxe Drew completely out of boost. Landon to the center, not going to be able to get it. The double commit at least gets this ball away for now, and a pot shot by Racing going to be saved up by Drew. It's a reset with New Horizons holding on to possession.
Well, New Horizons has got to just continue with this pressure. This is a great opportunity for them offensively. Finally, a big clear from RBG Claw. That's the one that they've been waiting for, I think, for quite some time here. As that basically this entire overtime, minus the last 15 seconds, has just been stuck into their half. A couple bumps, the physical play coming out, goes to Landon for the big redirect. Carito will be there on the back wall. They'll make the save. 1 minute of overtime so far has elapsed. Geg is there. They'll take control. They get demoed as World looking for Racing, looking for the redirect. Bounce off the wall, cleared back out. Landon's right there, looking for the backboard, dropping down, looking for a demo on Drew. Won't find it. Drew will clear down the left-hand side. A big demo by Carito on Landon, and now just a massive clear to the side wall. Can Gag read it? They can. Might this be a possession for RBG Claw? Finally, they haven't had one yet.
We're going to see it's a good 50-50 and a great challenge right there by World. Just beats everybody to the ball and at least gets this back into the RGB Claw half. And then we have another pinch, just sends it the exact opposite way as Geg looking for World. World's going to get the dunk. Great touch right there as Drew going to try to take possession here. Kicks it out over, looking for Geg on the pass. Not able to get much. The shot going to be saved by Carito. Here's World. Has 3 goals already. Denied. And this is going to be a chase down. It's going to be Landon with 27 boost coming to it. The backside demo going to alleviate some of that pressure at least as this ball gets kicked back to the blue half. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of both teams right now. The pace of play has not slowed down at all, Tripp, and they're continuing to go at it. Just nobody's been able to break the defense yet.
And this is an overtime that both teams have settled into. Geg looking for the read off the backboard. They had it, but Landon read them as well. They got a big clear of their own to the back wall. Carito's got to get a play on this one, and they do, but it comes right back out to center field. A touch there by Racing is now saved by Carito. Yet again, who will get their own clear off the ceiling, dropping down. Landon will go up. They'll play it to their left. Geg will come in from the right. They'll play this one in front of the net as well. Racing now is there. Racing back to the back wall, looking for the read. It's a double whip, and it's going to be thrown by Landon off the backboard. Huge opportunity there was missed from New Horizons.
Oh, at least it's a good clear by Racing to get a touch off the backboard on the booming clear that came back down into the New Horizons half as World has to make a save out right here as well. Gets a good clear through too. And that opportunity being missed is just so painful. It's Spain without the S. because that was a wide open net, and it was just unfortunately not put on target properly. As Drew looks to take some control here, going to kick it out to the midfield. Rayson has a touch for sure, going to kick it out over to the left. Landon's going to get beat out in the midfield. I'm liking the speed that I'm seeing from RBG Claw. They're starting to pick it up in the midfield just a bit, but so far it hasn't been fruitful as we go on and continue. 3:20 into overtime right now. A ton of shots put on the board by both teams, yet nobody has been able to find the dagger, even though we had 6 in 5 minutes in game 1.
World double tap. No, that one is cleared away by Geg. A big boom here from Carito. Might they get a read off the back wall and get some offense? No, they will not. We said coming into this series, every game is going to matter. Landon knows that there's a kick in front of the net. Rayson and Geg will be there on the 50-50. All these games are very, very important. These teams kind of at the bottom of this modified Swiss format are trying to stay alive, trying to secure their position so they can at least live to see another day as we near the midway point, and both teams know it. 4 minutes of this overtime already elapsed. Nearly 2 full games of Rocket League have already been played. We are still in a deadlock at 3-3.
And speaking of deadlock, Rayson has no boost, but he finally gets some. Gets a demo on the back line, and the shot going to be just wide. Once again, Rayson has the shot off the other post. It is pandemonium in front of the box. The squishy save by Deluxe True to keep that one out as well. The defense holds strong for RBG as Rayson, extremely awkward right here, going to get beat. It's going to be up to Landon to get a touch, and they do, with enough boost to at least chase this down and potentially take a 50-50 that they receive. Here's World. Flip reset. Has the opportunity cut off by Carito. More pressure piling in from New Horizons, but they can't find the dagger just yet. Racing gonna team save it and continue the game. Are you kidding me?
Yo, how much did RBG Claw have to pay off the post to make that many saves? Then they get the squishy. Then New Horizons saves one of their own shots. Just a series of unfortunate events for New Horizons allow RBG Claw to stay alive right now in this game. As we hit that 5-minute mark, Deluxe Drew's shot is wide. Landon knocks it down. Geg on the approach. That pinch off the back wall. There's a read, but they don't have a good angle back to the net. With 19 boost, they'll try to pass it. Rayson will cut that one off. Again, both these teams have settled down nicely so far into this overtime. Really starting to dig that trench a little bit. Eventually, someone's going to have to venture into no man's land, try to take a shot, try to get a goal here. The defense has really stood up on both sides, and there's been a couple offensive miscues to go along with them.
It certainly has, Trippin'. And honestly, I think the post has been paid more than Tim Donahue at this point. From the NBA, because this is not looking pretty as this is coming over the top. The shots, the save coming out from Deluxe Drew. Great bang off the backboard. Unfortunately, Carito's just a little bit too close. This is going to be played over the top of Drew. This is going to be a dangerous possession as, of course, it's World taking the shot. Not able to find the 4th goal as Rayson going to find one right there. It's going to be slightly off target and kicked out to the side. We are now 6 minutes down into overtime, and the game just continues, Trippin'. I don't see an end in sight right now. A bit of a double commit. It's not going to matter as Landon has enough boost to get around this one. Carito looking for the bump, not going to find it. Geg going to lose that challenge out to Landon, who gets credited with the save there, as World should have a decent clear here. Going to play it to the opposite side, kind of get a reset, but Carito already sitting on this one, not able to get through Rayson. We're going the other way once again.
It's off the corner. It's Deluxe Drew who collects it. Their touch comes right back out to midfield. Landon's shot is going to be wide of the target. Carito there as well, knocks it out to Rayson, who hits World, who shoots it on target. Deluxe Drew is going to make a great save in the net to keep this one away. World with possession gets bumped off. It goes to Deluxe Drew. They clear it down, looking for a 50 with a Rayson, but Rayson's the one who's gonna win it. Geg up the left wall, has some speed. This one's gonna go end up dropping into the basket of Landon right in front of the net. Both teams just right now trying to solidify any sort of possession, kind of a boost war going on as well. This pretty much every single person that we have jumped to, at least on my director cam, has had 0 boost. Certainly not helping their cause. Finally, players are getting a little bit of boost here. 7:17 on the clock. And I think we see in the chat, we're pushing that world record. Yeah, let's see like a 25-minute overtime at this point, because that seems to be visionary, what we're going to end up with. Big demo there in front of the net as well.
It's a great backside demo to secure it, but that's going to be a shot in the woodwork. Coming out again, Landon. Are you kidding me? They're keeping it out. Carito trying to play the possession game, realizing that almost nobody on New Horizons has any form of boost right now. Just trying to be a menace in front. They're going to keep the ball in the New Horizons half right now. We're going to see what what they can do with it is Landon looking to take some possession. Not going to find it through Gek. Is anybody up on this shot? No, it's going to be World with the clear. The defense should be set on this, and Carito going to try to do work here. Not able to find the pinch, but trying to find the possession as Rayson cuts that one off again as well. It's a battle in the midfield. It's a starvation of boost with both teams going back, playing a little bit passive, and nobody has managed to find the golden goal just yet. As soon as I say it, another opportunity coming out, but the bump going to secure it. Landon has to get here in time, and they do.
The New Horizons defense has been something else at this point. And the patience has been better than I think it has been this entire series, honestly. So far, the defense has been great from New Horizons. Landon has absolutely stood on their head in front of the net and put an iron seal on it. Here's Rayson, a tight angle, and finally the tie is broken. New Horizons will survive. It's off the side wall. Rayson takes control. The demo in the net is what opens up just enough of the play. And Visionary, they listened without me having to even say it.
Yeah, Trippin, you are a huge advocate of the demos, and Landon got 2 there to basically free up the entire defense, and there you have it. Landon coming out 2 assists, 7 saves. Man was cracked on defense, like you mentioned earlier, and really propelled New Horizons to that win here. We just saw 2.5 games of Rocket League, but it only counts for 1, as this series is now tied 1-1. And Trippin, I've liked what I've seen from both teams so far. New Horizons looking a little bit more comfortable, but RGB Claw still coming out with a shot lead, as they have 21 compared to the 20 from New Horizons in that game number 2. That is wild.
Yeah, certainly a lot of action to go off of in this past game. So coming into game number 3, now we've got the series tied up. New Horizons brings this one back, ties up this series. And as you go into game number 3, you just played 13 minutes of Rocket League. You definitely need all 60 seconds that are on the clock just to kind of reset and settle the mental down a little bit. With the game that close, only one of 2 things I think can happen at this point. One of these 2 teams blows out the other one, or we have another game that goes to a deep overtime. I feel like it's nowhere in between. Both of them have a ton of momentum going into this game. Sure, RBG Claw lost that match, but the way that that game was played, the momentum still certainly is there a little bit for them. They just got to kind of get out to that early lead again. When they were ahead, they played confidently, they got some good wins, and they can't allow New Horizons to get back into a game.
They certainly can, and I mean, I'm going to say I appreciate the 60-second break right there from the teams as well. I needed a little break for my voice. We were going there nonstop for, what, 15 minutes, it felt like? Just about. So happy that we're here now. World not able to get the touch there. Little touch out in front with a smoke bomb coming out. Deluxe Drew, no boost. Going to get dunked by Rayson. We're going to send this over to the side. No real clear possession to start off this game number 3. And, of course, as soon as I say that, Greg trying to play one off the backboard.
Here's a Landon grabbing that boost. Big boom downfield of the top of Carito. Will they get the read? They do. Great pass, but Keg, solid defensively, gets the read as it bounced back out to midfield. Landon off the backboard, looking for that double, falling in front of the net. They only had 10 boosts to work with. It wasn't quite enough to get where they needed to be. But I'd love to see that go. A nice passing play coming out the other way here, and Landon will boom this out to World at midfield.
It's a great back pass back to our World as well. You know, not trying to get that one downfield, instead playing it over to your teammate. It's something I love seeing in these higher ranks. Utilizing your teammates to get the stronger clears, to get those possession plays is something that I think is slept on by a lot of slightly lower tier Rocket League players, as far as like GC1 and C3, something you can really do to improve your game. And seeing it at this high level as, oh my gosh, World coming out of nowhere on my screen to get that save as Landon gets a weak touch in front. They might pay for it, but it's a good 50-50 out in front as well. So that's definitely an aspect of the game I like to see from New Horizons so far, but RGB Claw is starting to pile on that pressure. We're going to see what happens with it.
Oh, big whifty, and Rayson will get that one just barely out of the net. Carito is going to get the read off the backboard. Was really worried about that initial touch, that it might not bounce in a way that was going to actually help them to make them score that goal. They are able to get the perfect read, though. Great patience as well. Sneaks that one into the net. The early lead here for RBG Claw.
I mean, honestly, it's just a phenomenal read and just being patient. Yeah, you had to kind of tail whip it in, but hey, better to be lucky than good sometimes as well. So not really, no skin off their back. RGB Claw playing with the lead again. We saw what they did the last time they had a lead, right? New Horizons was able to get out early. Now we're going to see RGB Claw kind of in their comfort zone, because in game number 1, when it rained, it poured, and they continued getting the goals on net. That's a good save by Drew on a nice close angle shot, of course, coming out from New Horizons. The bump attempt coming out here, a bit of a double commit. Actually might open up some of the defense as well, but I think the demo behind is going to make World have to make a solo play here. It's not going to happen. It's in front. Carito's going to get in front and make the save.
I mean, the difference, though, from Game 1 to Game 3 is that in Game number 1, New Horizons couldn't find... Honestly, they couldn't buy pressure if they wanted to. Like, inflation wasn't even a concern because it just wasn't on the shelves. There was nothing for them to purchase in terms of offensive possession. Last 2 games have been a little bit different of the story. RBG Claw has really had to work defensively and in transition to stop what New Horizons has been putting together up to this point. They got to hold them off, though, for 2 more minutes, and with only 1 goal as a deficit, I'm expecting New Horizons is going to find one here shortly.
Yeah, are you sure the supply chain shortage that you saw wasn't due to corporate greed? But all jokes aside, we're going to go ahead and go back into the action as Deluxe Drew has a great dribble here, flick over the top. World's going to be able to make the save. Racing has to jump out of the way because of the demo attempt. It's going to be a kickback over to Carito. He's going to play this one off the backboard. Landon has the read, but the pressure is not done yet. The shot right on World's hood, able to get this one away. And a little bit of a backflip is going to free up some space. The pass back, Racing with the possession, but with no boost to actually follow that one up. A bit of an awkward position for them as they're able to find it through another defender. Landon coming in with a shot, going to be saved out by Deluxe Drew. Everybody kind of caught out here, but Carito just going to backflip clear this one out. It's not going to be strong enough, but it's not the touch World is looking for either, as Landon here off the backboard looking for a second touch, finds it, but Drew going to bang it back downfield. We're back to kind of that ping pong action. No real possession being held for a long time, just pounding the corners. Not a lot of infield passing, and so we're not going to see a lot of goals because the defense for both these teams so far has been phenomenal.
Going to be Racing, collecting it on the left-hand side with about 60 seconds left to go here in game number 3. Not quite a series decider, but one of these 2 teams will be able to put themselves on to match point. Only have to win 1 more game of this series, and oh my goodness, this angle from Carito. Let's take a look at it as Deluxe Drew knocks that one to the back wall. Carito jumps off, gets the redirect. That's not something you see every day in your routine Champ 1 lobbies, is it?
No, it's definitely not. And you calling me Champ 1, I love that as well. No, it's literally it's just the allot play, right? Sit on the backboard, see where the ball's going, and get it in. It's a great job getting that redirect. That is a good shot coming out from Landon. Right placement, not enough power, just not enough muster on that as they got the wheel touch. But Landon back up on this. Them and Racing combined, kind of collide, but it's going to be up to Geg to get around this one. Racing falling back right now. The flip reset attempt coming out from Geg, not going to be able to find it as this game's still clocking down. 30 seconds remaining, and New Horizons, while they have a lot of shots, they do not have a lot of success. There's going to be another goal for RGB Claw.
And RBG Claw kind of going back to their roots, if you will, in terms of game number 1. This is a perfect slot here from Deluxe Drew, tossing that one into the back post behind all the defenders. Great placement. Yet again, a 3-0 lead with 30 on the clock. New Horizons has had all kinds of pressure and all kinds of opportunities, but hasn't had the ability to score. Carito with a massive fake. They take everyone out of the play, and the post will take the goal away from Carito.
The post has been the MVP of the series so far. I think they have about 8 or 9 saves, especially in that overtime, doing work. So as this is going to be a 3-0 game, as the clock winds down, potentially a chance for New Horizons here to get one on the road, or run on the board for the road. It's not going to happen. Carito looking for a shot of their own to the midfield. And as soon as I say Horizons might get one, the counterattack comes out from RBG Claw. This is a beautiful 3-person passing play all the way down the pitch. We're going to see that one go in. 4-0 is the total, and RBG Claw now on match point in the series.
You know, I kind of feel like the chat was just like predicting a moment like that to happen, saying, hey, you need a play that needs a new commentator? Do you want to have some clip highlights and stuff like that? That was a moment to have a clip right there for RBG Claw. I mean, just coming in and throwing that 3-man passing play, running downfield, getting that huge redirect, easily the best play of the game as they solidify a 4-0 win here in game number 3 and to really take that momentum into game number 4. I said it was either going to be a blowout or a close game. I would consider a 4-0 win a blowout.
Oh, at this level of Rocket League, absolutely. And it's one of those things as well, when New Horizons wins that overtime, you think they're probably going to be the ones doing the blowing out, right? Because you play 8 minutes of an overtime, you play 2.5 Rocket League games in one session, you don't catch the dub, and then you come out and you play angry, and it works out for you. RGB Claw did a great job of just solidifying down their offense. And New Horizons, it's not like they were outshot. Shot totals were pretty darn even. It comes down to the sheer fact that quality was way more important than quantity in this game, and RGB Claw had plenty of quality touches.
Yes, they absolutely did. As we move on to Urban Central for game number 4 of this matchup. And right now, RBG Claw sitting on that match point. I did say last time I saw this team, they looked pretty darn good. They got swept, but looked good doing it. Looking pretty solid so far. Again, trying to secure their second series win of the season in game 4 of this match.
Yeah, but Racing has something to say about that. The far post shot coming in, and it's going to be 1-0 in favor of New Horizons. And at this point, we're just going to trade blows, and the team that scored first is just going to win. I mean, just go ahead and book it. We got 4:51 remaining. I know we had an 8-minute overtime earlier. It does not matter. The team that has scored first has won every game in this series so far. So let's see what New Horizons can do, playing with a lead instead of chasing once again.
That's a bold move, Cotton. We'll see how it plays out as Deluxe Drew gets the dunk, and World will lob that one back out to midfield. Racing with the redirect just to get some extra height. Landon will play it. Deluxe Drew just waiting on the back wall to get a booming clear down the right-hand side. Racing gonna volleyball that one right back. It's on target. World looked for a redirect, didn't find it. Racing gonna go top shelf, hit the crossbar. It goes right down. It goes into the net. They extended the lead to 2, and Visionary, you might be a visionary to say the least, as the team who scored first has now scored a second goal and is in a big lead.
Somewhere in the background, Chuck Norris has his thumbs up right now. That's all I have to say about that one. If you're going to hit me with bold move, Cotton, is this one's going to be just slightly off target as RBG Claw tries to make me eat my words. It's not happening just yet, as World going to lose this 50-50. Landon way awkward, but able to beat out Geg to the ball, at least averting crisis for now, as it's a big dunk as well by Racing. Going to allow this a little bit of discombobulation on the side of New Horizons right now. So Landon looking to take this to the sky. He's going to get it over one. Can they get the pinch through? No. It's going to be up to Racing. The redirect straight down Carito. Not in a possession to get that one back, and World is going to get credited with the save, kind of falling on top of that one. And Drew trying to clear this out, just kind of chasing it on his own, as we see a lot of offense potential right now as Deluxe Drew coming out, able to get the clear. World getting it over to the side. Here's Landon looking for a touch of their own, not going to find it. It's a reset once again, with New Horizons holding on to a little bit of possession that just goes completely away with that clear.
It's knocked down. It's Landon back out to midfield. 3:30 left to go. Geg settles over the top of 1, over the top of 2. World, solid defense, will boom that one the other way. Landon cherry picking. It's a lifty, both on the wall in the corner. Deluxe Drew has to wait for that one to come back down. Now they'll have to beat World by themselves. The only thing they're able to do is get a demo on them. A great boost collect here from Carito as they drive this one out of their own end. Challenged on the wall. Another demo. Landon dropping this one down dangerously in front of their own net. Not a good spot to be in. RBG Claw's Geg is going to find the first goal in this game at 3:08 left.
Yeah, it just rolls up the back end of his Octane, and that just pushes it away from the wall enough to not allow him to get a decent touch on it, especially with the demo coming up behind. You have to kill your momentum. It goes straight down, and hey, it's a 2-1 game. RGB is clawing their way back into it once again. I actually hate myself at this point for using that pun so many times, but we're going to see if they can bring it all the way back. As Landon gets a demo, it's not going to do much, though, as Racing able to at least get a first touch. It's going to be down in front. It's going to be World being able to beat out one, and Racing just trying to continue this one. Doesn't have a lot of boost to their name, but wins the 50, and Drew actually playing it back to their own net. It's going to be a dangerous touch, but it works out in their favor as Landon gets a double demo, able to wrap that one around. World with no boost, just looking to take a pot shot. Actually going to let that one go over the top, and Racing gets a demo of their own. New Horizons playing tripping ball right now.
Yeah, big demo into the net. It doesn't matter. Carito able to rotate there in time. They'll even collect 100 boost at midfield and get out of the way as Geg will take over. They do not have a whole lot to work with. World knows that, and they will boom it over the top. Deluxe Drew cutting it off mid-air, midfield, dropping down, looking for the 50, as this is going to drop down right in front of Deluxe Drew. 50 again, down to the sidewall. New Horizons really back on their heels. They finally get a booming clear. Deluxe Drew waiting for it, ends up hitting it straight up. Carito right behind them. They beat Landon. Geg looks for the redirect. We saw that play coming out from RBG before. It's not going to happen right there. Another 50-50, and all we are seeing right now, Visionary, is demo 50, demo 50, demo 50, and that's it.
Yeah, ball remains in the midfield. It's not even getting close to the thirds currently. A couple of far clears, and hey, this might be an opportunity for Gag. Not going to get it. Shot is credited on net. Another demolition. Another 50-50 in the corner. Imagine that. Trippin's right about something, as this is played back into the corner right now. New Horizons trying to get the clear. A little bit starved on boost is the team as they finally collect one there for World, looking for the midfield pass over to Landon, gets a touch through one. It's going to be an awkward bounce as well. World tries to get this on target. Geg's going to be awkward, but Carito comes in and bails out RBG Claw, who's looking for a passing play of their own to start it off. Carito down in front. Here's Geg, saved by World, able to at least keep this in a 1-goal game.
This one's tossed by Deluxe Drew to the left-hand side. Landon knocks it down as racing on the chase. Coming down, Carito. Got some boots on the back wall. There's a nice beat. Landon's going to have an opportunity. That one will go off the wall. It's past World as well. Deluxe Drew now settles it down on top of the car, using the camera to look around, and they will just walk that one right on into the net. And RBG Claw has timed this game up with 56 seconds left, Visionary.
Yeah, Racing unfortunately just getting the bump attempt just enough to make him hit his brakes, and then after that happens, it's over. No momentum to catch up to the dribble, and it's a tie game. And you know what? Chuck Norris might have his thumb sideways right now, because I might actually be wrong, and you know what? We're cool with that because I'm wrong 95% of the time anyway. Carito, nice center downfield to Gek. It's a banger goal right there. Great pass coming out. RBG Claw going to take the lead with 49 to go. They've showed that they can win with the lead, and right now they're in the driver's seat of winning when they were down.
85 miles per hour. That one is rifled into the net. A perfect passing play, a perfectly timed redirect as well has given RBG a late lead. Gag will look to hold on to it. Landon will clear it out, looking for a race in that angle. I don't think will go on target. It doesn't. World shot does, however, but Deluxe Drew is there to make the routine save. Bouncing around the back wall. Carito will throw that one across the face of the net. Gag, a little bit of a mistouch here. World drops it down, gets it past Carito as well. Racing getting bumped by Gag, and it's boomed downfield. Another reset opportunity here for New Horizons. Gag is going to get there in time. First one of the ball at midfield. They'll drop it down. Racing will put it into their own corner. A little bit of miscombobulation here for New Horizons. They finally get this one out of their zone, but they don't really have the boost to work with to carry it all the way out. They've got a 10-second and counting opportunity to make a goal happen to tie this one up yet again. Gag says no, booms it the other way. It hits the ground. RBG Claw will move to 2-4 on the season with a big come-from-behind win in Game 4.
It's a great job by RBG Claw, just finding their way back into it. Great shot totals, of course, putting on 9 shots on the board versus New Horizons 5. It's just, it came down to that scenario where it felt like New Horizons was going to hold on to it until that first goal came in, and then it was like the floodgates just opened, and RBG had all the pressure, and they were continuing to just push the ball down the pitch and have success finding each other in those passing plays in the midfield. I liked seeing them getting away from just banging the corner and seeing what happened afterwards, because that just led to the boomer ball that we basically saw in game number 2.
Yeah, I mean, New Horizons really did their best to keep up with what RGB was putting down, but I really do think that that is an underdog team you gotta watch out for later on in the season. I mean, if they're able to make a push towards that middle ground, towards some of those playoff opportunities, there is certainly opportunity for RBG Claw to start taking down some of the teams that are currently sitting at the top of the 2022 IGL Invitational Summer Circuit. I think it looks like, Visionary, that will finally get us done for our first series of the night. Felt like that one just kind of took forever.
I mean, when you have an 8-minute overtime, that definitely happens. It was definitely a great series, though. I was definitely happy to cast it, and shout outs to both teams. New Horizons fought hard. They really look good, and you know what? Maybe they can take another game off of another team next week. We're going to see how that ends up going. But Trippin, I got to throw it back to you, brother, because I believe we have something to read.
I mean, hey, you know what? Speaking of things that look good, gotta love what League OS has put together for this Indy Gaming League Invitational. The overlays that you're seeing, the way our caster cams are getting connected, all the graphics, all that stuff provided by League OS. Make sure you guys check them out if you want to up your stuff as well. We've got Deluxe Drew coming in for an interview as well. Deluxe Drew, heck of a series there from you guys. That second game got away from you pretty quickly, though.
Yeah, that overtime was pretty intense. That was probably one of the most intense matches we've played all season in all the leagues we're playing in, you know, IGL and all the other ones that we're in as well. So, yeah, we knew that after that tough game 2 that it was going to be a good series from there, and we did a real good job keeping a positive mental coming out of that one.
Yeah, I wanted to commend you guys, obviously, for that positive mental that you had in game number 3, just because, like, I know for me personally, I've had ranked games that have lasted about that long, and you play the next one, and you're basically tilt queuing right off the rip. Just because, like, I mean, like, what happened, you know? And It was just a solid back and forth the entire time, so props to that. How was the vibe in that game number 3? Because obviously, New Horizon got out to that early lead. Y'all were able to claw your way back into it. Once again, no pun intended. Hit it in the chat. My bad. As we've been doing it, it really seemed like you guys just got more cohesive on offense. Were y'all starting to recognize that the midfield and the backboard was a little bit more open than potentially it was in game number 2?
Yeah, we were definitely just kind of recognizing that we had a lot more space than we thought we did. There was a couple times, especially in that overtime in game 2, where we had a lot of space to work with, but we just kind of like panicked and didn't get the touch that we wanted to get the play going that we wanted. So yeah, we definitely recognized that in game 3. And overall, you know, we always just try to keep a positive mental because, you know, 2-goal lead, it really isn't that much in Rocket League. You know, it's definitely, you know, able to come back. So we just try to, you know, always focus on the next goal. You know, who cares what the score is right now? It's just, you know, keep getting the plays that we want to have. So yeah, definitely that game 3 was something to bounce back after that game 2. But we were definitely happy to not lose 2 in a row there, because that's been happening a little bit with us in series. Is we'll lose 2 in a row, and then we'll be like underneath the series and have to claw our way back. No pun intended.
There we go. There we go.
This time.
Where's the claw pun counter for the IGL stream? We need to get that going.
Oh, we hit it. Don't you worry, man. Don't you worry.
So
you know,
this. Go ahead. Sorry, Strippin.
You mentioned, Drew, a couple times about having, you know, that positive mental, and obviously you guys are coming out of a series win, feeling pretty darn good. The question I have at this point is a slow start to the IGL Invitational season. Obviously, you guys have really started to pick it up, though, into the last couple of match days. Do you feel like right now you're starting to hit your stride, starting to come, you know, settle down in a little bit as you look to the second half of this Invitational?
Yeah, we, you know, with the roster change that we went through in the offseason, losing Jared and picking up Corito, there was definitely some adjustment, especially from me and Geg, because me and Geg had been playing Rocket League with Jared for 5 years. So, I mean, you know, we just like didn't have to think about anything. So it took us a little bit of an adjustment period to just kind of get used to playing with Corito. And Corito's a very talented player. He's doing a great job filling the spot that, you know, we had to rush to kind of last minute, you know, fill. You know, props to Corito. He's a very talented player, and you know, I just want to give him a huge shout out here because he's done just a great job. Not only, you know, coming and playing in these series, but also, you know, we're putting in the work behind the scenes to watch replays together, and you know, Corito just has an incredible work ethic. So I just really want to give props to him.
That is definitely awesome to hear. Well, I think that's pretty much going to do it from here. Dude, it was great hearing from you, Drew. Obviously, congratulations on the win. Do you have any final shout-outs that you want to give, or anybody that you want to say hello to and say hi, Mom? Give them a wave.
Yeah. If Tank's watching, hello, Tank. Love you. Seeger as well. Brokefang, what's up? Those are my you know, no shots to you guys, but love those 2 guys casting here as well. Love to see them cast. So shout out to those 2 guys and all the IGL casters who are out here grinding and doing a good job with the production. Just want to shout out my Twitch stream here. Today's day 543 in a row, shooting for the 2 years of streaming in a row every single day. So if you guys want to go drop a follow at twitch.tv/DeluxeDrew or follow at DeluxeDrewRL on Twitter. You know, feel free to go ahead and check out my pages and follow RBG Claw as we continue our run here.
Yeah, you gotta love standing for yourself when you get the platform to do it. Deluxe Drew, thank you very much for coming into the IGL interview booth in the post-game. Congrats on that win as well. Again, that is probably gonna take us out of our first series and finally give us an opportunity to take a break as we wait for that second series to come up. We still have 2 whole more series left to play, folks. So stay tuned for Irate Esports and Aspire Entertainment. We're going head-to-head in just a couple minutes.